Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Joe Fenari with Fear Fame Productions, and also as our international film festival called it Fear Fame Film Festival. Actually, on our third year. I will have links below on how to submit to our festival, which is on Film Freeway. Also, I got some promo codes and some other goodies for you guys. That'll be in the link below, and I'll talk about more. We're going to Tampa Bay Comic Con, which is actually one of the biggest Comic Con conventions in Florida. It's located in Tampa, Florida. And we have a panel, and we're going to be speaking about independence from script to screen. So I'm going to be going over all that. I want to show you the live coverage that we're going to be doing for our panel today, which is at Tampa Bay Comic Con here in Tampa, Florida. So I'm actually going to be heading there shortly. I'm going to talk about everything when it comes to creating a film, writing a script, how to produce it, how to make it, what to do at the end. So it's kind of like a 1-hour workshop that you'll get to enjoy. I'll show you some behind the scenes as well as I'm going through while we're still setting up for the panel and everything. So yeah, I just want to make this just really quick, but we're going to be headed there like right now. So I'll see you guys in a little bit once we arrive to Tampa Bay Convention Center. That's right, we just got here at Tampa Bay Convention Center, just checking in, and we're going to be headed to our panel, but we're going to see what's on the floor, everything before our panel starts in a little bit. So we're ready to clear. Let's check it out. Cool. We're about to do our panel. It starts in about 5 minutes. I actually put out a calf walking down the stairs, so that sucked. But yeah, we're going to talk about a lot of cool stuff and a lot of great information. So we're going over a lot of things when it comes to creating film from start to finish. So it should be pretty fun, and yeah, it's going to be a lot of good times. And so far, people are trickling in.
My name is Joe Fenari.
I'm Heather Fraley. Thank you very much for coming.
So basically, we run a production company, Fear Fame Productions, and we also run an international film festival called the Fear Fame Film Festival. It's actually taking place this year, November 8th, at the NCG Cinemas in Tampa, Florida.
It's our third year.
Third year.
Third year for the film festival.
So we've been working on some new exciting things, working on a bunch of feature films. So we're going to dive into basically everything, how to create a film from start to finish, going over every details, basically from where to start, from script process all the way down to the end process of distribution. So that's just like a little bit about us. The flyers that we handed out just gives you information regarding our festival, where you get tickets. If you have films that you want to submit, you can submit to our festival. And there's also a promo code for a plugin called The Enhancer. Is there any filmmakers who has already started filmmaking so far?
Aspiring.
Expired?
Expired.
Want to do it, but not.
Do we have any actors or we have an actor back there?
I've
Actor.
worked with you guys before on a movie.
You
Yes.
have worked on a few movies with us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically we're just going to dive into, basically why we do this, what's the passion for it, what's the draw of, creating films. Basically, you want to start is why do you want to create a film? It's basically the most important thing is what makes you inspired to be a filmmaker. Is it acting? Is it being a director? Is it being in front of the camera or behind the camera? So just choosing your elements of what you want to do. You create a short film, you create a feature film. Everyone starts differently, but it all comes down to the topic and the story. What's the most important thing that you want to do? So basically, a successful story and making sure that you have the key lessons that tells and moves the story forward.
And with this story, there are people like ourselves, we write our own scripts, but then there's also people that you can work and, collaborate with other writers, and you can help their stories come to life as well, if you're not as comfortable with script writing.
Exactly. So we got a couple of aspirants. So nobody's ever acted before or anything. Just starting that. Plays? Theater? Okay.
Exactly, yeah.
And there's a couple things going from theater to the film world. It is a whole different type of element. As you know, in theater, you got to show a lot of expressions, a lot of emotions from a distance so people can react to you from far away. In film, everything's more close up to you, so the camera's like right in your face. So you don't have
Very
to.
subtle.
Yeah, so it's more subtle.
Emotions.
Yeah, you don't have to go over the top and over exaggerate things, which is great because you could dial things down, but you still want to bring out all your emotions, so it's showing through the camera.
We have hired quite a few theater actors that have been going through the transition from theater to film. So it's a challenge for you, but it's there.
Yeah. So, has anybody ever wrote a script or even tried writing a script before? Couple. All right. What kind of films are you guys into? Like sci-fi, horror, action?
Coming of age.
What is one?
Coming of age.
Coming of age.
Coming of age.
Okay.
And then what about you?
Some like psychological thrillers.
Thrillers,
Yeah.
sci-fis. Have you guys ever shown your scripts to anybody, trying to make it happen, or just see what people thought of it? The greatest thing is feedback. So even going outside of your normal friends and family, just showing like, hey, I wrote a script of whatever it's about. You can kind of pitch them the idea, and they can read it and they give you really positive feedback or negative feedback, but they'll give you something that you can then take and then polish up to make something that's you're going to be proud of and other people are going to enjoy. And that's a really important step is getting that feedback, networking more, just seeing fine tuning everything.
I'm gonna interrupt you real quick. Don't forget to copyright your script before you start sending it out to others for that feedback.
I was just gonna say that's
Yeah.
what holds me back because I'm so overprotective of ideas and characters and stuff that I have this fear that if I do show it to somebody, that it's gonna trigger them to go along.
It's pretty
Very
easy
true, yeah.
to get your script and or your idea copyrighted.
Copyright. So the best way is either get an NDA signed first, or just give them kind of like the synopsis and maybe just like one of your best elements and let them just kind of just read like a good point of it, not like a spoiler, not anything like that, just something that they can see where they could go. Because some people determine, like maybe just reading the first page, is the dialogue not the greatest? Does it sound too overfetched? And stuff like
You
that.
do want the feedback, but you want your project or passion protected.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
And I just get my copywriting and the NDAs.
How expensive is the copyright for script writing?
My last feature film I did is almost a 3-hour feature film, and that one was, I think that one was $70 to get that one copywritten, but we had to do it because we did numerous
I
rewrites,
see.
so we did it a few times.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So anytime you make a rewrite, get it copywritten again.
Yeah, absolutely. Because then that's a whole new idea
Mhm.
on top of the other one. Yeah.
The best plan also is if you actually are planning to take your script and actually start filming with it, like going to somebody that you have, so that has a camera or a production that they want to do it. You kind of want to write a script that's going to be catered to a realistic budget. Most problem people are like, oh, here's my script. It's like a $5 million budget, but the choice of it ever getting made is, it could be there, but it's very slim. So if you really want to just get something out there just to show people what you're made of, basically, write to a budget. So usually use locations that are easy to get around to. So if you want like a woods or somebody's apartment, somebody's house, those are very key elements you want to make sure that you're right. I see a lot of scripts come in and they're like, hey, look at this cool script and I want you guys to do it. I'm like, yeah, that's a $5 million budget. You're going to pay me $5 million? Because that's what script I'm reading. And they don't take that into perspective. So like if you really want to make a film happen.
And I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna ask, how do you detail out that budget? Like, so is the most important piece is location, I'm guessing, is that usually the most expensive, or what's the?
So, I mean, that can play for a lot of factors. From locations, it's just special effects. So if there's like a lot of makeup that needs to be done, like blood or gore, or like a sci-fi that has to do with a lot of intensive makeup done, or any visual effects that would have to be created even after you filming. Because it's not just the pre-production. So a lot of people blow their budget during pre-production. And then they don't have any money left over for regular production and post-production. And then now they're kind of at a standstill, like, okay, I blew all my budget, but now I don't have any money to do my visual effects, or I don't have any ideas to do my color grading or edit, or all that stuff. So
Editing can be costly.
yeah, so that's why I was like, when you write, you could write to something that's reasonable,
Like if you could use your own house. You could use friends' houses. You could write scripts that are I don't know, maybe 5 different locations. Something simple. They've had people as far as have their entire film take place in a closet because there was like a bomb going off, so all the dialogue took place in the closet. It's stuff like that.
And they would have to sign, whoever is leasing that stuff, they have to sign.
Yes,
Stuff too.
you have to get the permission and a liability, and basically you can write your own contract. There's also templates you can find online, or you can speak to an entertainment lawyer or a lawyer. I just do everything online myself,
Got it.
and you can write that out to where you are not held liable for anything. whatsoever.
Bombs going off the.
And they are not held liable, like if an actor breaks their leg in their house, they're not gonna get sued.
Okay,
So those are free ways to protect yourself.
okay.
Yeah, so just want to make sure you have all the paperwork's kept annoying. That's why like a producer would come in handy. So a producer role could take care of all that annoying paperwork that I was just don't want to deal with, unless it's something you enjoy, and then you can deal with all the paperwork of making sure all the permits are submitted and stuff like that. And what's great now is permits are not as hard to get as they used to be, unless you're trying to like really shut down like a major street. But for but to get like normal permits for like certain locations, they're not as hard to get. You can get them through your film commission, so there's Tampa Film Commission, or whatever area of Florida you are. You just go to that film commission. You can just Google it, and then usually all permits are free, unless like say you're trying to shut down. Like,
And you don't need one for your house, like your house
Yeah,
or a
yeah.
friend's house.
So just make
Or
sure.
their barber shop or
Yeah.
their, hair salon or
And that's
bar.
exactly, and that's another thing. Like when you're doing that, go with people you know, so you can network. You may have a friend that owns a pizzeria or a bakery or something, and you can have that in your script, and okay, there's a location right there, right in my access, because I know that person is a good friend of mine, and I can use that location.
And a lot of them will work with you because it's also promoting their business in your film.
True.
Exactly.
I've learned that it's one of the most like creative ideas. If you can't find a permit, then you have like a plan B, which is essentially to talk to the owners of certain places like restaurants, cafes, and such, and then try to like lock down the location, negotiate a date or time, and then a rate.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it can be easy to get a permit, but it also can be very challenging because of rates.
Yes.
And then and especially when you guys mentioned about locking down a certain area like the city, it can be very cost effective.
Yes,
You
very.
just got to work with your budget.
Especially for like big cities, if you're cutting out, because then you need police, you need fire departments, you need a lot of
And
other
depending on the
things.
scene,
And
if
then
there's
that's-
action scenes, then you have to have like EMTs on
Yeah.
site. You have to have all those.
And that's where it really gets close. So that's where like your main money's
Yeah.
gonna be coming out of.
Like there's a film called Last Night in Soho, from Edgar Wright, and I hear that they couldn't close down Soho because Soho never closes.
hmm
And with their budget of like $40 million, they had to, like Edgar Wright and the team had to like essentially like keep it open while filming. And
There's
It's
quite
a
a few
lot.
Hollywood films that have snuck locations.
Yeah.
There's a lot of Hollywood films. Actually, I walked across a Hollywood set in London. They were filming Jack Ryan, and they didn't have the permits for it right by the bridge.
Oh, wow.
And it was the funniest thing because how fast I've never seen a production film something so quick. They're just rolling the cameras, and as soon as they wrap, like, all right, move, gotta move quick. Like I never seen like 50 people just move the cameras and all the lighting like as fast as possible. They probably did the whole scene in like 10 minutes. I thought it was pretty funny because I was just like, and then you see what's his name, the main character. He just like he has like a little hoodie and he's just like trying to hide himself and just trying to duck down to like a van or something. It was really weird. So yeah, they do, and that's why you hear stories about which is sad because you hear a lot of bad stories when they break that rule, like a bridge or a train, and then there's some PAs that died that way and some other camera people that died. There was a train that was coming that they thought wasn't supposed to be operated, but they never got the full permission to use it. So when they were on set and they were filming, the train came and actually killed.
Was that the Supernatural set or Walking Dead?
I know. I'm trying to remember the exact name. It was a while ago. I forgot the name of it, but it was like a big story. And then, they didn't have the permits or anything. So, yeah, make sure you have your ducks like in a row and have that things organized.
And it sounds overwhelming, but just do some research and just see the steps that you need to take, which are the steps we're going over right now. And it is hard. Film is hard. It's worth it, but it's not as overwhelming as you think if you take it step by step.
Yeah, be right back.
And we are a full film production, so we have all the equipment. We do we write our own films. We shoot our own. You want to tell them all we do?
Yeah, so I mean, basically, you name it. We do people's demo reels, we do projects, we do documentaries, short films, feature films. We've done it all, and we won awards. And now we're actually working with a high-profile guy. We're going to be doing his documentary in a few months. So, it's just getting out there. It's just a lot of networking. And we did a lot in a short time. That's what kind of makes us different compared to a lot of people. We've been doing it for 10 to 20 years. We accomplished a lot in our first 3 years that people have been doing for 15 to 20 years. She did over 100 films in her first year of just acting. And
But that's also how you network and meet people. And one thing I like to throw out there is I did not have the funds for acting classes or, headshots or demo reels or any of that. So I just took every opportunity I could get. I took every job I could get, and I just decided to be a sponge and watched everybody. I watched the actors, I watched the leads. I was just background at that point. I would watch the leads, the supporting, what they did. I'd watch the DP, the cinematographer, the PAs, and I learned everybody's job by doing those. That first year was 100 films. I'm up to like 200 now. But I just learned by watching and observing. So that's a good way too.
That's cool. The director I'm gonna be working with now on this project, I asked him if I could sit in on the days that I'm not filming my footage, so that way I could watch and see what the
Perfect.
jobs are and everything.
yeah, always watch. If you haven't been on a set yet, you can always try to get on one as an extra on a commercial, on a TV show. There's a bunch of castings. I definitely recommend everybody at least trying it once. Yeah, you stand around for many, many hours and then you just eat food until you wait till they call you in. But that experience is a great experience because you get to talk to other people that love this type of business and you get to network and you get to really see creative aspects of things.
And pick up on, oh, yes, go ahead.
Keep it after you. I'm so sorry.
No, you're fine, you're fine.
You can finish your thought.
No, yeah.
When you're looking for a set, like, is there a certain, do you like Google set near me, or how do you find a set, and then how do you get signed up for it?
There are a few like studios, but they don't really have sets. You would have to create your own idea, like your own, like, do I want to do it in a park? What location do I want?
I mean, going back to your comment about joining being in the background.
I'm sorry. There's lots of ways, like how to get on a set.
Yeah.
The best recommendation for free right now is join a whole bunch of Facebook groups that are for the community. For there's I don't know, I'm in 83 of them just for Florida. They're all over the place. And you can do a lot of you can do student films, you can do little challenges with like OIF in Orlando and Tampa. That's a way to like get your foot in the door and at least start to see if this is something that you're interested in or this is something that you're comfortable with and you like and you want to pursue. Yes, go ahead.
I was also gonna throw in another suggestion. Another good way to be in the film industry is also PA.
Yeah.
I know that PA is not like the best one, but like PA gets you like so many connections.
That's what I'm
Production assistant.
Production assistant, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like the bottom of the food chain, like when you get a job, but it's like, running coffee and doing little errands, but it's the best way to get your foot in the door. And
I've met a few people that have been like production assistants, and then when they work their way up to the top, they ended up being like cinematographers, actors, DPs, and all that kind of stuff.
That's what happened on our last cabin. We had a gentleman that applied to be a PA, and PAs, they literally do anything. Like if you need, more blood made, because we make our own blood, we don't buy it because that's of stains, and then the actors are stained for 5 or 6 days. We make our own blood. So if we don't have something, this PA will go to the store for us and bring it back, and they just help with everything. One of them on our last film was just a PA, but he ended up having all this film equipment and being a part of. He just graduated.
Yeah, he just graduated and he was trying to get more, and he had his own camera kind of already on standby, so we kind of just put him into the camera role and he started taking over, so we kind of give him a little DP credit for it. And I taught him some new things along the way, and then we got another booking, and on that booking, I taught even more, and I see like a big improvement. Yeah, so you see like a big improvement from somebody just working and learning new techniques, and now he learned so much more in just that short amount of time, just working with us, that he was getting from school experience. So you don't have to go to school for it. You could just kind of hop right in and do it. So they always say, yeah, go to college or whatever. I went to Full Sail, but it's not totally necessary for it, especially if you're passionate love for filmmaking. Like that's the most important part. You want to get right to it.
It's good, but you can learn on your own as well. That is also an option. And like he said, as far as he came as a PA, now he's a DP, and I had him travel and stay with that Airbnb and come all the way to Georgia to do one of my DP my entire 3-hour film after doing our film, just based off of how well he did, and he just started as a PA. You never know what set you're going to go on, who you're going to meet, what they might see in you, and where they might put you.
Who's ever used a slate before? Seen a slate?
We suck at slating.
So the funny part is a lot of people ask, how do I slate? What is a slate? How do I even do it? And it's very simple. It's not as difficult as it looks. People think, oh, I get to just slap like a little stick and it does something, right? This is like a brand new slate. Usually big productions, they'll have ones that has like codes and actually will have like electronics built into it. But most independent filmmakers or even big productions, they'll even have like these ones just to have on the side. But the main issue, there's sections on it, and it'll basically you just fill it out. Pretty self-explanatory, but I'll show you really quick. You can have it demonstrate. So when you look at the slate, you'll see different things on it. It'll say production, that's the name of your production, so the name of the film. Roll, usually roll A, roll B. I'm sorry, I don't know if you guys can see it. Scene, and then take. So when you do a scene, for example, it could be scene 1, right? And that's when the main camera is, that's where the camera is first, is scene 1. And then let's say now we're going to move the camera to a different angle to capture maybe like your point of view. Then it'd be 1A.
So it's the same scene, just a different angle.
So every time the camera moves, the letters go up. So it goes from 1A, 1B, 1C. There's times where cinematographers go crazy and they end up with close to Z. By all the different angles that they get.
Typically, you'll have your wide, so that's your A. You'll have your medium, your B. You'll have your
over the shoulder. On
C,
one C, and then the over
and
shoulder.
the other actor D. So there's a lot of different takes it takes for one scene.
Yeah.
Like a 2-minute scene can literally take like 8 hours. It depends on the scene. And here, I'll let you show them. They come with a little pen. These ones do.
Yeah.
Which are nifty.
And then obviously, and then every time take, it just means every time they roll a camera, so take 1, and then as soon as the director says cut, and the camera cuts, it's like, okay, we're gonna do it again, then it would be take 2. And then usually it can be hundreds of takes, especially in Hollywood films, they could do easily 100 or more takes on just one angle before they even switch cameras. Director is the director of the film. Camera is the DP, so usually the camera's operator's name, the date that you guys are filming on, and then where it says day and night, so let's just say it's daytime right now, right? So it'd be day, and then we're interior, so INT means interior, so we're inside.
So we're shooting a day scene inside the building.
Yeah. If we were outside, like by the boats, that would be EXT, exterior. And then MOS means silent, so basically there's no audio running. So that's usually like if somebody's picking up a book or something where audio is not needed, it would be underneath MOS. And then otherwise be synced. That means the audio will be synced with the clap. So the whole point of this is so that the audio and the video syncs in post. It also helps the editors realize what scene it is, what take it is, a lot instead of just scrolling through and trying to figure out the hard way, which a lot of independent filmmakers, guilty present, we'll do that. We'll just skip the whole slate. Like, I don't need a slate. And then you're in the editing room screaming at your computer because you don't know which one was a good take. You don't know when they clap, and now you're trying to sync audio that's not syncing properly. So
And the audio is very important to sync up properly with the specific scene.
Yeah, because without that, it's just. Go ahead. Yeah.
Other equipment that sometimes a useful that you found throughout your experience in this.
Like equipment for just in general,
Like
or
you're talking about the computer you use, the editing you use, the audio you use. Like, is there other equipment that you're like that has been the gold mine of all equipment?
yes, especially me, I'm a big gear head. I love my cameras and I love my audio gear and equipment. I shoot on Red, or I will use a Sony or a Blackmagic. Whatever really camera I have accessible to, I will use. Hollywood Industries, they always use either Arri, you probably heard the name, maybe Arri is very popular, Red, and Sony. Those are like the 3 brands that you usually hear for big Hollywood production films. Those are usually the common ones. There's a lot of editing programs. So when most people nowadays are using a program called DaVinci Resolve, you can get a free version of it, or you can pay the version. The studio version has more features to allow you to do more editing and more cool tools that makes your editing a lot faster and easier, and adding really cool, unique techniques into it. Hollywood, though, started on a program called Avid, and that's a whole nother beast. It looks like it's ancient. Like, you pull that thing off, and it's really expensive still. for something that looks like it's been used in the 80s. Like how their whole system is laid out. It's really weird.
Movie maker from Windows.
Yeah.
Throw it back in
It's
the
very
box.
weird. Look, I see it when they do Stranger Things and they use Avid, and it's just like that program looks like it's been like from the 80s. It's ridiculous.
It can work for, some type of films and situations.
Yeah.
Otherwise it looks.
Yeah, but for Hollywood films, it's great. It's like the masters, they know it. Adobe Premiere. So if you have Adobe, Photoshop, Lightroom, all that comes with it. So Premiere, After Effects, that's really independent filmmakers use a lot of that. Or if they're doing commercials or documentaries, a lot of them will use Premiere. Hollywood films, they kind of are now steering away from Premiere more and more due to a lot of other issues that comes along, crashing the computers and stuff like that. Audio gear is very important. So, you could buy yourself like a cheap $20 microphone, but it's not going to sound as good as a $1,000 microphone, and you will hear the difference when you're in post. AI has came a long way, which is great. You can clean up the background a lot easier than it used to be. So people talk in the background or loud music, it's easy to isolate that from the actual voice that you're hearing to really clean up the background, which is great because it makes life amazing. I won some awards by just hitting one button. I felt like, even though I did some EQ and tweaking,
Oh, you did a lot more than.
I did a lot
Editing
more.
is very hard.
I did a lot more now, but that one button did like 80% of my work, which was great. The tool that we have now with this AI and everything, anybody can be a filmmaker. This is like the best time to be a filmmaker, especially with all the new tools we have at hand. DaVinci Resolve being free, you can do 90% of things right off that.
It's not the same.
What?
It's not the same.
It's not the same. It never will be. It's
No,
not the hard sweat you got to put into things.
I'm not an AI fan. He is, but.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Cameras are so amazing now. Now you see your iPhones are now being used all the time in Hollywood productions. Your iPhone 16, 15 Pro Max, they've been used multiple in Hollywood films, commercials.
That's what we were interviewed on the news with.
Yeah,
The news
special
crew
news.
came out.
They use iPhones.
They came out with their iPhone and did the whole segment on our film festival with their iPhone.
Yeah, so like technology has gone so great with like, you can definitely see a difference between, an iPhone and obviously a cinema camera, but you can still do a lot. Like if you're just starting out, like you have a script, especially you script writers, like, you know what, I want to do it just to have it. Don't be afraid. Do it. Grab your phone, grab a couple of friends, and you can make it happen. Will it be the best thing in the world? Probably not.
But you're gonna learn
But-
a lot.
But you'll learn a lot from it. And you'll enjoy it because it's something that you worked on. It's something that you got to work with others and you get to network. And another question is, how do you find these people to work with? Facebook is a big tool. You can find people easily to help you on projects. And a lot of them will do it for free, especially if they're all starting out because they want to learn too. So a lot of students will help out, and a lot of other people just trying to get their feet wet will help. And then you're all learning together, which is a great process. And then as you grow with each other. So that's like an awesome thing.
Like Anthony here and David here, these two, they have, since the beginning of our career, we have kind of grown together and come a long way. So-
Films have you accepted into your film festival at this point in time?
We haven't accepted all. We're still getting submissions still coming in. So that's why the flyer we gave you. So if you did have a film, you could still submit to our festival. We are taking still submissions for that.
And how many will be accepted?
Based
Basically,
off of time.
based off of time, because we are so new, so we have a 1 day time frame of a certain amount of hours that
We accept student films, short films, documentaries, feature films. So it's we have quite a few feature film submissions. Obviously, we cannot accept them all because they're an hour and a half, 2 hours long each. And we don't judge we have screeners that do that for us. We stay out of that aspect of it. So we have a lot of submissions, but we will not know who's been accepted until all of the judges their screeners have gone through all of that and our submission is closed.
Anybody been to a film festival before? No.
That's a good way to meet people and
Which one have you been to?
It was a school one.
A school one? You definitely gotta check out like the bigger ones. There's so many, especially in Florida. There's Gasparilla, there's Sunscreen, there's
Sarasota Film Festival.
Sarasota, and then the cost
T-Buff.
T-Buff.
Fairhaven Film. It's too many F's.
You guys,
Yes, we had that. So
Fair
definitely,
Fame Film Festival.
You definitely gotta check out a film festival. So what's great about a film festival is a great way to network. You watch a lot of films, different films, so you can see different styles. You
And the
can meet
quality.
quality.
And, like,
And then you could think, hey, I like this idea. I think I could do that with my own film. I could make this myself. This is something I think I can do easily. Because not every film's the best, high quality, high production value. So you may see some films, but it has a good story, and it'll go through. So
and it could be accepted because the acting was incredible, and the sound was great. But let's say the cinematography was a little off. Everything's rated differently, so you'll see all different types of films, and then you'll have an idea of what independent filmmakers do produce and put out there. You'll learn a lot by going to film festivals, and you'll meet a lot of people, and a lot of people will give you a lot of people pass out business cards, go back and forth, let's work together, let's meet up for lunch, let's talk, let's collaborate. Film festivals are a great way to meet people.
When you talked about your budget, how did you get the money to make the budget?
So for your film, so that's a really good question. So basically, when you first come up, that's all pre-production. So pre-production is your most important thing in the world. That's when you have everything break down. So what you do is you go by each scene of your script, so you can determine which location. So you jot down all the locations you need, if it's something you can get. Then you got to determine, okay, how many days is it going to take to film? On an average, it can take anywhere between 12 days to a month, depends on how much you want to take your time with it. Or
And how long the film is.
and how long
It's a short
if it's a short film, feature film. So it depends how long the script is. Will also determine how big your budget is. So if you're doing like a short film, your budget can be very small. It can be very, you're only doing like 10 pages. It's only like 10 minutes long. You can probably knock that out in like a day or two. Most people will go intensive. If you're doing like a sci-fi short film, that could take like 4 days to a week. Depends how much intensity of visual effects you have to do with your shots. But yeah, so basically you jot down, you make a list. So it's like one big long grocery list basically of everything that you need. So you say, okay, I'm gonna need a makeup artist, I'm gonna need visual effects done, I may need to get this done. So you gotta put that down, locations, and then you gotta jot down also the food expenses. So that's another thing that people think about is
You have
food.
to feed your actors and crew.
If they're not paying them, feed them.
Yeah, so
There has to be snacks and water out at all times.
Yeah.
And if they're there, what is it, every 6 hours? Every 6 hours, you have to provide a meal for your actors and crew.
Well,
Yeah.
So let's say if your film's $25,000, so I remember out there,
Mhm.
how did you get that $25,000? Do you ask people to help donate to your film, or what was your money making to get to that?
To actually get like the money to make
To
it.
raise or have, some of us, we pay for our own films. Some, we work towards meeting people, networking. At this point, I'm very fortunate. I have investors that I get to work with now. That's not usually how you start out. It's a while to get that. There's crowdfunding, which is very difficult, but it does work. And Anthony uses that quite a bit. And
Use what?
crowdfunding.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and that's worked out very well for him. It doesn't work out well for me. I don't know. It's just different for everybody.
Yeah. Can I add something to
Yeah,
this budget thing? One of the most important things is, when you're raising money for the film, the number one thing before you start planning everything is start saving up. Start saving up a little bit of money. Like they said, have a break plan, a breakdown plan, break it down what you need, because filming is expensive. Well, even if it's a shorter feature, they can both be quite expensive. So you just gotta, it all goes down to what you have, and if the budget is what you have, then work what you have. That's literally what I've had with most of my past films, is that I work with the budget that I was given, or I worked really hard to save up so much money. With Roman, I raised about, originally I was supposed to start filming in summer of last year, and I raised about $2,700. And that was awesome, I felt happy, but then there was a roadblock. And there were a lot of issues that I had, because I thought that in my head I was gonna be okay with, compensating my DP for $350 a day and all that, and I was like, that is way out of my budget. So what I did was I postponed production to this year, and I started to look down at what can I do with the budget. And I raised I spent $1,500 in the movie, and the budget was way more easy because I had to find a way what can I do to not have any challenges, and there are going to be challenges.
And to cut costs, like
Yeah.
free locations from friends, free actors, like new people that are starting out, and you are as well. So you would want to get people that are willing to work for free just to get their,
The experience.
the experience. Later on, that will not work. You do need to pay actors eventually. But at the beginning, if they are new as well, they're more than happy to learn with that experience.
And it will take time.
Yes.
It will take time with growth and evolvement. If you're ever working on a project, whether it's short or a feature, and the only budget that you have is to, you're only, you can only compensate locations, food, and crew, but you don't have fully enough to compensate your cast, and you have people that are like, criticizing for it, don't pay attention to them, okay? Keep growing. Filmmaking, a part of filmmaking is learning to, make films and be around the people that are willing to make the time. And I'm still learning on that stuff, so it takes a lot of time and growth. And I believe we'll all get there at some point.
Do you ever sell any credits, producer credits, executive?
Absolutely.
credits,
Yes.
Things along those
Yes.
lines to raise money?
So when you put in like your crowdfunding, you can put all those different perks. So you can offer like posters, movies, like Blu-ray copies, producer credits. If they want to be an actor in it, like a small speaking role, or they can name a character.
Their donation, they could pick a
They
category.
get like perks.
And then they could get like the DVD along with it, or they could be a producer if they are to spend some odd amount of money, or they could name a character, or they could have a walk-on day role where they're like a background actor if it's a bigger.
Pretty much with what I'm doing with Broman is that that's how I managed to raise money, to put like executive producer credit, associate producer. So like, if you were to like, for example, donate like, let's say $100, because that's what I have for associate producer, pretty much get like a Blu-ray, poster, artwork, and get to be on the credit on the screen. Or you could be in the film too, depending on what we have open.
And then there's fun stuff like keepsakes from the set and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Being on set just to watch, like if some people just want to be there for the experience and not quite start acting or doing anything yet, they just want to
And
see what it's like.
Yeah.
And that's what I want to wrap up too. Going into last in post-production, distribution, everything. So this is what scares a lot of people, because at this point you kind of want to start treating it now as a business.
That is after the film
This is when the film's
wrapped.
done. So the production is like the most fun part when you're filming and you're on set with everybody. That's the most fun part. Pre-production, it may give you a headache because there's a lot involved. There's a lot to put all the puzzle pieces together. So pre-production is a lot of people, it's not fun at all. Post-production can be kind of fun because now you're starting to see your vision come to life. You can start seeing the edits and seeing how the final product's going to look. But now let's just say, okay, your film's done. You love how it looks. You love the color grade. You love the sound. You love everything about it. But now what do I do with it, right? That's like the most people are worried about. Okay, now what do I do with my film? And this is the most people that don't realize what it takes to get your movie out there, because it's a lot of marketing. It's just like if you're running your own business. So you're running your own posters, you're making a trailer for the film, you're going on social media, you're promoting the film to everybody that you know, and then now you want to try to get it in front of a distribution company.
Well, there's two options.
Yeah.
One, you can enter it into film festivals and get it seen there,
Yes.
or the other option is distribution. Unfortunately, you cannot do both because distribution does have their rules about doing like a one-time premiere showing, and then that's it.
Yeah. So
If
what,
they own it, then they decide what to do with it. So those are two options: film festivals or distribution.
usually both. So usually you'll start with the film festival circuit. That will actually start building the momentum, start getting the buzz out there, starting people actually start seeing your film. So you actually have to put that in your budget as well. So speaking of budgets, you also want to budget that too for post-production. Is okay, I want to make sure I have money to submit to festivals, because every festival costs a certain amount, especially like Sundance, like the really, really big ones, they're costly. So when you want to submit to festivals, that's also part of your budget that you have in mind for pre-production. You want to make sure you have that also in mind for when you're wrapped up. And then once your film festival circuit goes through, maybe you win some awards, you get it out there, people are now starting to see it, to recognize it. Let's say nothing happens. Let's just say it's been there, won awards, but nobody's picking it up, right? So now what's the next step? Okay, I got some awards, it's pretty cool, I got something to showcase. Now when you bring it to a distribution company, you can go either yourself, you can do it yourself, you can self-distribute it. We go on some little small ones, get on Amazon, anybody put a movie on Amazon, get it on Tubi or the smaller circuits. But the bigger distribution companies, they're going to try to get on the bigger streaming services
And
or
that
in
is
stores.
where you cannot have it seen anywhere or in film festivals. You can have one premiere for cast, crew, and family only. That is it. So you have to make your choice on which route you're going prior. But always start with the film festivals first to get yourself out there.
Distribution usually happens when, mainly film festivals and Sundance, Cannes, Venice, and Toronto International Film Festival, or better known as TIFF, is also, or the main festivals if you're looking to get main distribution, like, say like if A24 or Focus Features or Neon, takes acquisition for the film.
But odds are at a film festival, it's not going to get picked up. So you have to kind of pick and choose. Are you going to let your work be seen through film festivals? Then, slap it on Amazon Prime and Tubi afterwards and continue to get your work seen and then network and make more? Or are you at the point now where you're ready to, you have this feature film and you want to hire distribution and you want it to go above what you started as, which we all want to get there.
So it's like based on your confidence level, like.
And your experience
Yeah.
and how you feel about your project. Like a short film, you're not going to get distribution.
Right, yeah.
It would be a feature film or like a TV series of some sort.
Yeah, you use your short films to actually like pitch that for a feature film or for a concept of what you're trying to get with that. But another thing that you can also do too is if you just hit that rock spot, like, hey, maybe I could just sell this. Sometimes you may get places that will just buy it, especially out of country. So like Italy is known for this. What they do is they'll find these independent filmmakers in the U.S. and be like, hey, I like your film. I want to give you $100,000 right now. Do you want to take the $100,000 or do you want to try to self-distribute it and see if you're going to get the $100,000? So you'll get that option too, which is a great option to explore, is selling it to somebody in a different country that will distribute it. They'll slap, their own language on it. Or what they do sometimes is when they buy it from you, they basically have your film. So they may work in a contract and be like, hey, we want this, but that film now is ours. So what they can do with that is they can redo the whole film.
And take you and your actors
out of it, and with their own actors, and they own all the rights to it, and they can do whatever. But then you just made it quick, $100,000, $500,000, depends how much you want to do with it.
It depends on how important that film is to you and weighing out what you think you're going to do with it. You want it more seen for yourself and your friends and those involved in it, and to try to profit that way, or if you just want to quick sell and let them do whatever, which is probably recast everybody you used.
Yeah. Another good way of getting it distributed is pitch sales. So you can always pitch ideas to any producers, but make sure you have more than one pitch idea, or else they're probably going to close the door on you. Because if you have like more than one idea, that's the only way that's going to get them more interested and keep the conversation moving more longer.
And create a proper pitch deck. So that's like a whole other ball game on its own. Making a proper pitch deck, you can either hire somebody to make you a proper pitch deck, or you can kind of do it yourself, or use AI to help you build the right pitch deck.
That's also where the shorts come in handy.
Yeah.
Like if you have like a 5 or 6 minute concept idea of your film, that's to present with it.
And another good thing for production wise too is IMDb Pro, which is great. If you sign up for IMDb, that also builds your resume for all the stuff you've done. But also gives you access to big producers, actors, and all the contact information is there. So by having that connection, so you can just find, and then once it's done, you kind of just.
And like for us, our film festival, like let's say we want to get a celebrity guest, if we did, we would go through, and because of IMDb Pro, we would have access to their whoever we want's agent to contact them and be able to offer something and see if they accept.
So you ever want to know how to get some named people on your projects? Like let's say you have a nice $50,000 budget, and be like, hey, maybe I could find like an older celebrity. That's a good way to find them if you feel like, how can I contact these people? Because for the longest, like, how do I contact these people?
I was just saying 5 minutes.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
So yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're perfectly fine.
Alright. Distribution.
This has been fun.
So does anybody at this point have any questions?
Do you guys
Do y'all utilize any voice actors at all?
You can use voice actors for certain
voice actor. I'm always looking for a voice actor.
Voice actors are great for narrations. They're great for other things too. Sometimes even voice actors good for even ADR. If you can pull off a voice that sounds very similar to the actor, that's actually a really big thing right now. Is sometimes like an actor, if you have really bad audio and you can't get that actor back to do their lines again, you can find another voice actor that has a really similar voice or can pull off basically the same voice as them or really close to it, and then they can be hired as a
The voice acting is from my first year in film to going towards my fourth year, it has grown quite a bit. On backstage, actors access and all those, there's a lot more job opportunities for voice actors at this point, and a lot of it's switched over to a lot of audiobooks. So
Yeah.
they need voice actors for those as well.
Yeah.
I think they did the replacing thing with Jeremy Irons and Jim Cummings. I don't think for The Lion King, for Scar.
Yeah.
I think Jeremy Irons was sick or something, and then Jim Cummings came in and he sang most of Be Prepared.
Yeah,
for
and
that.
they do that. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's great.
And if you're trying to get into voice acting, voices123.com is a really good place to start, and voices.com. Those are like the two top ones right now. They're a little costly, especially if you got stuff for the premium, but I heard you could get a lot of work and a lot of good paying work as long as you have a strong portfolio. So you create your own portfolio. Like I said, if you never done any demo reels or things, just whip out your phone, do either monologues or come up with your own script.
What you would want is some form of headshot. You can work on your own until you can get the funds to hire. We do all of this. We do headshots from demo reels. We do it all. For a lot of actors around, including David here, and but you want to get some kind of picture of yourself, and then you want to put some kind of monologue or something together to get out there. And it's not going to be professional at first, but it will grow and get there. And a resume. If you don't have anything to put on it yet, at least put your skill set. Things like, can you swim? Can you ride a bike? A lot of that is stuff that people want to know. Like, can you skateboard? Yes.
Yeah.
Do you have art?
Yes. This is for our film festival, but it has our information.
All our information. If you haven't got it,
business cards, I'm working on mine, but I do have Instagram and YouTube, so I'm on social media.
We all are. I'm Heather Fraley. You can find me if you'd like. Joe Frenari. Any more last minute questions before we need to move on for the next people that's coming? Yes.
How would you kind of like start with like trying to budget out for animation, like getting animation done?
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's a tough one because animation right now, you make one little post. This is actually funny because I actually was trying to make an animation film, and I made just one post on Facebook. I literally had about like 50 to 100 messages in my inbox saying, "You're looking for an animator? I can help you." They are costly though.
Very costly.
I've never done it.
They go by like minutes, and they can charge like $1,000 just for like a 2-minute animation. So they get very costly.
It's complicated. You have to do a lot of research on it, and
Yeah, if you could draw yourself, that will take a lot out. Like, do you draw?
Kind of. I'm not super great at it. I'm gonna have to learn.
or make friends that do.
Yeah.
And
Learn Blender. Teach yourself Blender. It's
I
free,
was just
free
gonna
program.
ask you how if you guys work with that, because the assets and everything that are built in there, it's very easy to make something.
Yeah, it's a
I've
visual
never
effects.
done animation, and I love animation. I hope
Make
to
it
do it
started.
one day if there's a budget for it.
Absolutely. I mean, it is fun. I mean, just challenging and expensive.
That's the biggest thing I'm scared about. Is that I'm like trying to put something together.
Best way to do it is
I have like zero knowledge.
try to find students that are doing it right now. Try to
Don't be
find
scared.
don't look. Don't be scared.
Bring your
Look,
work out.
bring your work. Tell your story and show it to some college kids trying to get their things going. And if they like your story, they'll probably work with you for
And
nothing.
lastly, I just want to say your first anything you do
Is not gonna be you.
is gonna be horrible, and you might love it at first, but then in 6 months to a year, you're gonna look back. You're gonna love the memories and what you learned. But you're gonna cringe at how much you learned since. But you just have to keep doing it, and it's embarrassing sometimes when you're like, "Did I really put that out there?" And I mean, just keep doing it, and you will grow and you will learn. And whatever it is you want to put out there, just do it.
Sounds good. So thank you.
Thank
like
you
I said.
so much for listening.
And we will have tickets for our Silver Festival shortly, probably next month or so. They will be on our website, Fear of Fame Festival. Tickets will be up to get tickets to come to our festival, which I definitely recommend you guys come and check it out, network, see some other films, some other projects that are done. We show
Great way to meet a lot of
people
people.
and we showcase everything. I let promo codes if you are a filmmaker, you want to submit something, there's there. Or if you want to get into post production with color grading, there's also I partner up with Dehancer, which is a really big Hollywood production company that does color grading tools, and they gave me a promo code for this event as well that you guys can use.
Oh, and lastly, I love helping people and giving them opportunities because nobody did when I first started. So I am the type of person that anybody that's new, I will throw them in and be like, you're going to be an extra if you'd like to be in my film, and we're going to work with you.
And we're always working on something new.
We take on new people. It's not going to be a lead role or a supporting role, but we want to help the community. We want to help people because, like I said, I couldn't afford acting classes, anything. I was a single mom, nothing. I had to do it all on my own and nobody helped. So now we are really big on helping other people. So if any of you want to follow us or do this, reach out. We have a lot of casting calls, especially on my Facebook page. I post a lot of them. Please submit and say that you were here, and I will absolutely throw you somewhere in the film.
I'm on the same note with Heather.
Yeah.
I'm always about giving people an opportunity to be a part of the film, because I know what it feels like to be rejected for a role or to be ghosted for a role, and it hurts. It hurts deeply. But you either keep going and still keep going, or you can make your own stuff too.
Yeah.
And that's what I love. I like to give people a shot. And
Absolutely, and it's really important to help one another out. And film is hard. It is hard. If it was easy, everybody would do it. It is very hard. So if somebody gives you the opportunity to be an extra, take it. It might suck, the long hours, whatever. Just take it. If you
That's how I met you. You were an extra in my superhero films at Junior Squad 3. And then my next feature, I had you play supporting role. Because I believe in you.
So if you guys got any more questions, you go see us right outside too. We'll be hanging out.
Questions will be outside.
Thank you so much,
Thank you guys so
everybody.
much for
Thank you.